Hello and welcome to Yoga with Judy. I am Judy, and today we are going to have a standing poses workshop. So I've picked a few of my favorite standing poses that we're going to dig right into, check to make sure that we are doing the poses correctly. Sometimes they get lost in the flow, or sometimes there's some options that you didn't maybe know of. So we want to keep everybody safe, and we'll go through it a little bit slower. So to begin today, we are going to start with some grounding breath. Then we'll do a little warm up, and then we will dig right into those standing poses. Then we'll put together what we've learned into a little flow. Then we'll end with a nice soothing grounding ending, our favorite savasana resting pose. So if you're ready to join me today, change into something comfortable, grab a couple blocks, maybe a blanket, maybe a strap, and roll out your mat, and we'll begin. Coming down to an easy seat, maybe grabbing a block, placing it under your hips. Bringing your hips higher than your knees might be a little bit more comfortable for you. And bringing the hands to the thighs, palms up for receiving, shutting the eyes down, lengthening the spine. Bringing yourself into the space, honoring this time for yourself. And taking a few breaths here just to check in, scan the body, see how you are feeling today. Letting go of the day, and putting any to-do list or anything that's on your mind, just setting that off to the side of the mat for now. Just concentrating on yourself. Maybe bringing a hand to the belly, one to the heart. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. Lengthening on every inhale. Softening down into the space on every exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring the hands to the thigh, batting the eyes open. Some neck stretches here, chin to the chest. Lifting up, opening up the throat, bringing the head back. Coming back to center, left ear towards left shoulder. Back to center, right ear, right shoulder. Back to center, some neck circles, leading with our nose. Nice and slow, one way. Stopping at any sticky spots, sending an extra breath. And pausing, slowly going the opposite way. Lowering the shoulders, relaxing them down. And coming back to neutral. Lift the arms up, take a deep breath in. Exhale, twist to your left. Bring that left hand behind the left hip like a kickstand. The right hand on the left thigh. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting from the navel. And over to the right side. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, twist. Maybe looking over that right shoulder. Coming back to center. Reaching the arm up and overhead towards the left. Palm down. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthening a bit more. Coming over to the right side. Left arm up and over. Bicep over the ear. Feeling that stretch from the armpit to the hip. Opening the chest. And coming back to center. Uncrossing the legs, bringing the opposite leg in close. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, start to fold forward, walk the hands out. We're stretching the spine here in 6 different directions with all these seated poses here. Relaxing the head. Remembering to breathe. Slowly walking back up. Bring the hands behind, opening the chest, opening the throat. Breathe here, shoulders down. And coming off our block. Coming on to all fours, our table pose. Just stacking the joints here, shoulders over the wrists, fingers spread. Hips are over the knees and knees hip distance. Coming into cow, drop the belly, gaze forward. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, cat pose. Inhale, open up, broaden the shoulders. Exhale, press into the mat, round the spine. Last time, inhale, look up. Exhale, ground down, round the spine. Coming back to neutral, tuck the toes, lift the hips, nice and high. Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. Feet are hip distance apart. You can start to bring your heel one at a time to the mat. Come on the toes, maybe bend the knees. Trying to lengthen out the torso here. Lifting the sit bones to the sky, pressing the thigh bones back. Coming into stillness. Look to the front of the mat. Gently walk your feet forward, landing in a forward fold, Uttanasana. Fingers are in line with the toes, lifting up, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Breathe here, exhale, forward fold. Grounding down into the feet, bend the knees, inhale, reach up, come to upward salute. Bring the palms to touch, exhale, hands to heart center. Releasing the hands down, mountain pose, Tadasana, reaching up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step the feet back, drop the knees and lower the body down to the mat. Keeping the arms into the body, creating some length in the legs. Inhale, peel the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, lead with the chest. Open up and release. And last time, maybe you float the hands, maybe an inch off the mat, engaging the back body. And release down. Take a breath, tuck the toes, come back through table, lift up, Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog. Look to the top of the mat, walk, hop, or float your feet forward, landing in Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, half lift, forward fold. Let it go, ground down, reach up, come to standing, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, half lift. Plant the palms, step back. Maybe we stay in a plank pose, Chaturanga Dandasana. And coming forward, lowering the body, nice and slow all the way to the mat. Untuck the toes. Planting the palms, take a breath here, exhale. Lift up, cobra. Lower down. Inhale. And exhale. Last time, lift up, open up. Exhale, release down. Tuck the toes, lift up through plank. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog. Good job, everybody. We'll do this one more round. Stepping to the top of the mat, Uttanasana. Lifting up, Ardha Uttanasana. Forward fold, ground down. Reach up, come to standing. Breath here. Hands to heart center. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lower down to Urdhva Mukha Savasana, upward facing dog. Press into the hands, legs are lifted. Round over the toes, Adho Mukha Savasana, down dog. Good job, everybody. Drop the knees to the wide edge of the mat, big toes to touch, sink back, child's pose. Mountain pose, Tadasana. This may look like just a simple standing pose, but there's more to it. Let's dig in. So grounding down into the feet, just kind of come forward and back on your toes and your heels. And then lifting your toes up, planting them down one toe at a time, really grounding down into the feet. Lifting the arches, so coming onto the outside edges of the feet. Engaging the calves, lifting the kneecaps, engaging the quads. We're coming from the ground up, we're grounding here. We're going to tip the tailbone under gently and ground through the Mula and Uddiyana Bandha, lifting the shoulders up and dropping them back, opening up the chest, tipping the chin in ever so gently, lifting up through the crown of the head, and our fingers are spread facing the body. So we're really feeling the energy through the fingertips. Our gaze soft, and breathe here. Tadasana, mountain pose. Now release. Bring the hands up overhead. Bring the palms to touch. And bring the hands to heart center. The exact same foundation of Tadasana, but with the hands in to the heart center, Samastiti. Good job, everyone. Utkatasana. This is a fierce pose. You may know it as chair, but Utka in Sanskrit is actually fierce. Fierce is the meaning. So how we do that, I'm going to show both angles here, but looking straight on, we're going to bring our feet together, maybe have a little space between the heels. Grounding down through the feet, reach the arms up, and on the exhale, sink the hips back, tucking the tailbone under. Look down, you should be able to see your toes. Keeping the upper body lifted, really engaging the quads here as we start to sit down. So our tailbone is turned under so we can lengthen out the back here. And bring the hands to heart center. See the toes, lift up. Good job. Now I'll do it from the side so you can see that way. We're grounding into the feet. Lift the arms up. Utkatasana. Sit back. Tucking the tailbone under. Bring the hands to heart center. Engage in the quads. Seeing if you can sink a little bit lower. Breathe here. Reach up. Come to standing. And release. Forward fold. Utkatasana. Good job, everybody. Utkatasana. This is one of my favorite poses, Garudasana, eagle pose. So it's a balancing pose, and let's get right into it. You're going to bring our weight into our left foot. So opening up the toes and placing them down one at a time, just grounding down into that left foot and bending into that left leg, reaching the right leg, bringing it onto the toes and crossing it over the left. So you can bring the toes onto the mat on the outside of the left foot as a kickstand, or if you have room in your legs, you can wrap the top of that right foot right around the back of the calf of the standing leg. Reach the arms out to a T, and because we have the right leg on top, we're going to bring the arms in together and bring the right arm under. The left elbow is just nestled on the inside with the right arm. And we can just, option one, just bring our hands to opposite shoulders, give ourselves a hug. If you have any shoulder issues, you can stay right here. Or you can bring the forearms together. Or if you have space in the arms, wrap around and bring the palms to touch. Looking to have elbows level with the shoulders, and bring the forearms away from the face. So our lower body, we're zipping into the midline, we're pressing the legs together, creating balance, tucking the tailbone under, and maybe fold forward a little bit, rounding through the spine, and lifting up. Good job, Garudasana. I will do it this way so you can see what it looks like from the side. So grounding down into that left foot, bending that left leg, crossing the right leg over. Either use a kickstand or zip the legs together and wrap that right foot around the back of the calf. Bringing the arms to a T and crossing the arms in front, right arm under, and bringing hands to opposite shoulders or forearms together, or maybe wrapping around for the palms, pressing the forearms away from the face, the elbows in line with the shoulders. And you're going to look for a focal point, a non-moving focal point. And remembering to come back to the breath. Good job. Release the arms up, release the legs, shake it out. And we'll come over and do the other side. So grounding down now into the right foot, bending that right leg, lifting the left leg up and over, kickstand or wrapping that left foot behind the right, extending the arms out like a T, bringing the arms in front. This time the left arm is under, nestling that right elbow on the inside of the left. Give yourself a hug, option one. Forearms together, or maybe wrap around the palms, pressing the forearms away from the face. The elbows are level with the shoulders, pressing the arms out, opening up the back body here. Remembering to breathe, grounding down into the foot, and release. Beautiful job, everybody. So let's put what we've learned together into a little flow. You ready? Okay, so let's come to the top of our mat. Going to come into Tadasana. Do you remember what that is? Mountain pose. So grounding the feet down, feeling the grounding in all four corners of the feet, lifting up the arch, engaging the calves, lifting the kneecaps, engaging the quads, tucking the tail under. Lift the shoulders up and drop the shoulder blades down. Bring the hands, fingers wide to the side body, feeling the energy coming out through the fingertips. Gently tip your chin in, lengthening the crown to the sky, Tadasana, mountain pose. And bending the knees, reach up, keeping the arms shoulder distance apart. Take a breath here and start to sink back into Utkatasana, chair pose. So sinking into our feet, tipping the tailbone under, lengthening the back. Your hands can come to heart center, opening the chest. Now grounding into that left foot, start to lift up onto those right toes, trying to maybe even balance on one foot. And lifting that right foot up and wrapping it around that standing leg or kickstand to the side of that left foot. You can also use a block on the outside of that standing foot as a little brace for your foot. Coming into our eagle pose, because our right leg is on top, reach the arms out to a T, cross the arms with the right arm coming underneath, nestling that left elbow on the inside of the right. So the options, give yourself a hug, the forearms together, or wrap the palms. Garudasana, eagle pose. Sitting back, lengthening the spine, tucking the tailbone under. Now we didn't do this next pose, but it'll be a fun transition. So take a breath here, release the arms out, lift up that right leg, keep a slight bend in that left, and extend that right leg to the back for our Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. So extending the foot to the back of the room, the head to the top. Maybe bring hands to heart center. Breathe here. Bring the hands down to the mat and step that right foot beside the left. Bringing the fingertips in line with the toes. Utkatasana, forward fold. Let it go. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows here and cradling the crown of your head, maybe gently swaying from side to side. And releasing the fingertips down to the mat. And slowly rolling your fingers up the front body. Come to rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And when we get there, bringing the shoulders down and ending back in our Tadasana. Breathe in, breathe out. Reach the arms up overhead, bring the palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Good job, everyone. You ready for the other side? Okay. Wiggling out the legs, wiggling out the arms. Okay, grounding the feet down, lifting the toes up. Maybe come back and forth on the heels and toes. Now grounding all four corners of the feet down, lifting the arches, engaging the calves, lifting the kneecaps, engaging the quads, tucking the tail under, lifting the shoulder blades up and down, fingers spread wide and palms face in towards the body. Bring the chin in slightly, open up the chest, Stand tall, stand proud, Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath in, let it go. Reach the arms up overhead, keeping the hands shoulder distance apart. Take a breath here, and on the exhale, sink back to our imaginary chair, Utkatasana. Sinking the hips back, tucking the tailbone under. Maybe bringing hands to the heart. Can you see your toes? Are your knees in line? And grounding down this time into the right foot, coming light on the toes of the left. Maybe playing with your balance, lifting that left leg up. Keeping that right knee bent, lift that left leg up, cross it over top, and bring the toes down on the outside of the right foot, knowing you can always bring a block beside that left foot, letting your toes have a rest. And sinking here, engaging, grounding down into that standing foot, bringing the legs together, hugging into the midline. Reach the arms out to a T. Cross the arms with the left arm on the bottom, right arm on top. Bend at the elbows. Give yourself a hug. Maybe give yourself a hug first anyway. We need it. Not enough hugs in the world. Bring the forearms to touch. Or wrap the wrists together. Lifting up the forearms. Coming back to the breath. Softening the gaze here. And releasing the arms. Releasing the leg. And keeping that left leg lifted. Send it to the back for our Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Take a breath here. Hands to heart center. Bring the hands down to the mat and step that left foot in line with the right. Bring the fingertips to the mat in line with the toes. Utkatasana, forward fold. Breathe in. Breathe out. Grounding down. Slowly rolling up. Come to standing. Roll the shoulders down. We're back into Tadasana. Great job, everyone. And coming into savasana, our final resting pose, bringing the back body down to the mat, bringing some width between the feet, letting the arms rest to the side, shutting the eyes down if you haven't already, relaxing the muscle between the eyes, relaxing the jaw, lifting the shoulders up and just letting the shoulder blades fall beneath like angel wings. Letting the hips feel heavy. And just giving yourself permission to do absolutely nothing. To just simply be. Maybe observe your energy as it is in this moment. Just come into stillness. Gently wiggling the fingers and the toes, bringing the legs together, the arms overhead. Big, beautiful stretch and breath here. Bring the knees to the chest and roll over to your side. Pausing here, letting your head rest on your bicep. And slowly coming up to Sukhasana, an easy seat. Bringing the hands to the side, reach to the sky, palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center, chin to chest. Take a nice deep breath in here and let it go. Knuckles of the thumb to the third eye as we bow forward. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today.